welcome to Master Yourself Academy's YouTube channel. This is Narmada Rao, psychologist and an NLP trainer. Today we're going to talk about another topic related to relationships again. And this time it's going to be a very fun, interesting tip, I should say. I'm sure some of you have heard this quote: the past is not what it used to be. The past is not what it used to be. Interesting quote, isn't it? Whoever said it. What this essentially means is that the past keeps changing based on our thoughts, based on how we keep looking at it, and every time we visit a memory in the past, we change some attributes of it and then we put it back. So, for example, if I had a fight with somebody 5 years back, every time I think about it, I want to change something about it, something that will make it more comfortable for me to sit with that memory. So, for example, if I was at fault on that day, I might change the attributes bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit to make it look like as if I'm not the one at fault and the other person is at fault, just so that I can sit peacefully with that memory, because I can't keep having a memory that keeps haunting me all the time, right? So the past is not what it used to be because I have changed it over time. Now, why is this so important, you must be wondering? This is very important because if a lion tells a story, the lion is the hero. If the hunter tells a story, the hunter is the hero. Unless the lion learns to write its own stories, the heroes will always be the hunters. So, likewise, when we keep talking about the past, when we keep changing attributes about the past, and when we keep doing that a lot in relationships, a lot of times misunderstandings happen because of that. Relationships fall apart because of that. We start holding each other responsible for things that would have happened. Because of our distortions, neither of us remember what happened very clearly. So we might land up into a lot of unnecessary arguments as a result of that. Hence, we're going to come up with something called the 24-hour golden rule. This was introduced by one Mr. Sunil. Mr. Sunil, thank you so much for introducing me to a very unique concept. I'm sure some of you must be practicing this too. But what I found fascinating about this is apparently when Mr. Sunil got married, he told his wife just one thing. He said, anytime if there is anything that you think I've done wrong or you're upset with me for some reason, make sure you tell it to me within the same 24 hours. You want to shout at me, you want to be angry with me, you want to do anything, do it, but within the same 24 hours. If the 24-hour period crosses, then you should not talk about the same thing the next day. I was like, wow, that is nice. How did that work? He said, it works fabulous. He said, I followed it with my children too. And I've always told them that if I have something to tell you, if you've done something wrong, I will tell you within that day. If not, consider it invalid. And likewise, if you have something to tell me as a feedback, you should tell me within that same day. Otherwise, I'll consider it invalid too. And as a result of it, the four of them in the family share a very beautiful bonding because they don't have the past baggage that comes along with it. Beautiful, isn't it? Imagine what your life would be if you follow this 24-hour golden rule, that if you have a problem with someone who's very close to you in a family, tell them within the same 24 hours or forever hold your peace. And if you want to shout at them, you want to scream, you want to do whatever you want to do, or you want to respectfully communicate, either which way, choose to do it within the same 24 hours so that there's no distortions. It's fresh in the memory for you, it's fresh in the memory for them. You're talking about today. You don't have past baggages. You're not talking about, I've told you 100 times, you've done this so many times. All those things just make feedback very heavy. One is that's what happens. Feedback becomes very heavy for the person who's listening to it. Second is the past keeps changing. Like we said, the past is not what it used to be. So we keep distorting it to suit us, our own convenience. And third, with all of these, relationships get damaged. Not because something happened today, but because the past is overbearing on your present. So do yourself a favor, do your relationships a favor, stay away from talking about the past, stick to the present, stick to the 24-hour golden rule. Anytime you have a problem with someone in your immediate family, try and tell them within the same 24 hours in ways that are most appropriate so that you don't have past baggage weighing down your present or your future. Wishing all of you a very successful, beautiful, and loving relationships. God bless.